name is Justin, if you didn't know that, and this is Burnt Toast TV. It's March 20th. And let's see, we have an amazing, incredible, super show for you tonight. Because we have guests. Okay, let's try again. Because we have guests. We have a band. And most certainly of all, we have an audience. Okay, so here we go. Hello again and welcome to this special edition of Burnt Toast TV. But before we really get started, I want to warn everybody that this show is a bit unusual for most Burnt Toast TV shows because, I'm looking into you, sorry. Because before a Burnt Toast show goes into air live, we go through a lot of hectic things and make a ton of phone calls, hundreds of phone calls to get guests and crew and a band, and this unusual thing happened. What we usually do is book 2 guests per show and 2 bands per show because none of them ever show up. But see, today it's very unusual because our band showed up and both of our guests. So I think that deserves a round of applause that we have both guests there and a band. So, right now we're going to get things started with our one-member band, but let me introduce you to these guys. They came all the way from Wahoo, Nebraska. The talented, the amazing, the multi-dimensional ensemble, 2 guys named Joe.
Hi. Here's one guy named Joe for right now. I'm gonna go off in the corner and cry. Actually, okay.
That was one guy named Joe, and the second guy named Joe will be with you shortly, I think. There, yeah. Hey, how are you? Yes, the second guy named Joe. Hi. Well, I'm still talking, but that's okay. But the second guy named Joe will perform in a bit, right, Joe? In a bit. He's just warming up the vocal cords.
I'm flowing in.
Now, shut up. Okay. What we're going to talk about on this special Burnt Toast is an issue that has been going on in the town for some time now. Children and teenagers feel that they don't have enough rights. Now, I'm 17, I'm almost 18, and I mean, I think I have a lot of rights and I have a lot of freedoms in the town and with my family, but that might just be me. So we're going to talk about children's rights, teenagers' rights, and we are joined by Tommy Tessaneri, who is the juvenile probation officer for the city of District of Chelsea. Tom, clap, be nice. But before we get into talking, we're gonna roll a videotape that we have of a band that we interviewed, Skabooby and the Epitones. Do you guys know Skabooby? Yeah. We did an interview with them on what they feel about children's rights. So let's roll that tape, and then we'll get back to talking about it with the audience and my guests. Do you think they have enough freedoms, enough rights right now, today?
Okay. I'm going to give a very unpopular answer here. I'm not speaking for the rest of the band here. And I definitely think that, you know, obviously, like, cops abusing their power, you know, taking advantage of kids who can't defend themselves, kids being, you know, lost in the court system without any kind of advice, that's wrong. But at the same time, I think our society in general put a little bit too much emphasis on kind of a liberal notion of absolute freedom and individuality. And that to truly realize human potential, we need to recognize the value of the community. I'm not a Republican, but really, like, I'm serious about that. I really think that if individual rights get stressed at the expense of real community interaction, things are going to fall through. That's my view, but I'm a wacko.
That's very...
Yeah, I think in a lot of ways it depends what kids you're talking about. Those people are what kind of socioeconomic background they're from, where they're from. You know what I'm saying? So, but if, you know, in general, if you want to look at kids as a whole, I think our country has a lot more, you know, our country definitely has a lot more freedom of speech and all this stuff. Now, you know, it's not perfect. You know, a lot of stuff got shut down. But I think there's, you know, what Tom was talking about, where there's kind of a clashing of both cops abusing their power and also teenagers abusing their power, teenagers abusing their freedom, you know what I'm saying? And in a sense, I think that teenagers abusing that freedom, it can sometimes really be a healthy thing, you know what I'm saying? Because it can, you know, it leads to, you know, like, you know, music scenes leads to, you know, TV shows like this, it leads to a lot of creative stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I think we need to have, you know, systems set up in the communities where people can do that. Community! Yes!
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Just,
Hey, what's up, Winthrop?
Alright.
Okay, welcome back. Did you like that? It was Skavoovie. Come on, when do you see Skavoovie and the Epitones on public access TV? Well, you just did. All right, well, Tom.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about your job and what it entails?
Where am I looking? Nevada?
You know, you can look wherever, one of those, you can look at him.
I know you're the probation guy. No cop.
No, I don't.
That's surprising.
Basically, the juvenile probation officer deals with two different kinds of juvenile crime. One is called delinquencies, and one is called civil charges. Civil charges are like kids who don't go to school, kids who are stubborn, kids who run away, and delinquency charges are crimes, stealing cars, drugs, alcohol, that sort of thing.
So how are they sent to you?
Well, what happens is actually if they're arrested, I deal basically with delinquencies, with the crimes, the criminal aspect of it. They're arrested and they're brought before the judge and they're placed on probation, which is a punishment. And I basically follow them around for whatever that period of time is. Make sure they go to school, make sure they're following their parents' curfew, not committing any more crimes.
Right.
That sort of thing.
Right. So I mean, what we're talking about is children and young adults, and their legal rights. But from what I understand, as it stands today, in the U.S. Constitution, there's freedom of speech, and the children are included in that, and they can say what they want to say and express their opinions. But how come? Like, my question to you is, why do you think so many kids today are basically, shut off and they're told to just be quiet and they have no opinion when legally they have that opinion and they're allowed to speak?
Well, that depends on what and when and where that opinion is voiced. I mean, there comes a time when an opinion could lead to a point where a person becomes disorderly.
Right.
And that is a crime. That could be a city ordinance or a state a statute,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not allowed to be disorderly.
Right.
Just as if you're not allowed to be disorderly in your home.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, your parents would set down certain rules for the home, and when you get disorderly, you get sent to your room,
Right.
basically.
So you're sort of the room that they're sent to, I guess,
So
the
the room that
punishment.
they get sent to when they're disorderly in public.
Mm-hmm. So, but I mean, do you think that police sort of, I mean, the police are basically the ones who tell the kids to be quiet or, you know, to leave? I mean, for example, in this town, in Winthrop, there's French Square, which is just basic, a bunch of benches that the city spent a lot of money on, and it's a really beautiful area to sit down on. But a group of 3 kids can't hang out there because they're considered to be loitering.
If there is a town ordinance that says that that's loitering, that is loitering.
Mhm.
And I'm not going to sit here and agree or disagree with the police. I'm not very familiar
Right, right.
what Winthrop's ordinances are. Every town has, every city has their own ordinances. If that is a written ordinance, then that you have to follow that.
Now, has anybody in the audience ever been kicked out of a certain area for... blue hat.
Me?
Yeah.
I got kicked out of CVS.
You got kicked out of CVS?
Yeah.
What, were you doing anything bad?
No, they thought I got accused of stealing when I wasn't doing it. I was looking at something.
Mm-hmm. So who accused you of that?
I don't know, some bad guy.
What about you in the red jacket?
I got kicked out of CVS too from like running around and stuff. We played tag.
Well, you know you can't play tag in CVS, so that's sort of a reasonable. What about anybody outdoors? Anybody was outdoors? Skateboarding. So what about you standing up with a skateboard?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, me and him, we usually go skating down the center, and we always get kicked out of everywhere. Like a parking lot where we get kicked out of. It's stupid.
Are you,
We need like a skate park or something, but the town's too cheap to build one. No, they did have one. This skateboarders from different towns breakfast.
So I mean, as you're hearing these stories, does anything sort of pop into your head about it?
Oh, and also, sorry,
That's good.
but that whole thing about French Square, it's like a place for kids to stop and rest. And like loitering, I don't get how being on your board is loitering. I mean, you're moving, you're not doing anything, and at Michael's Mall, you're not hurting anybody. You're not knocking anybody over, you know, people think you're gonna ruin their business. You're like just skating outside.
Right.
Well, you know, it's funny because I had this discussion today with someone in my office about the way he was dressed. Now I look around the audience here, and just about everybody here is dressed similar to the way he was dressed. And it's difficult for me to sit here, because I'm certainly old enough to be your parent. It's difficult for me to sit here and tell you that I didn't dress differently when I was your age. I mean, I certainly dressed differently than the way my parents thought was right, or the way the rest of the world thought was right. But sometimes I use the analogy of people, if you were going to go into a place for a job, would you go in dressed like that?
Depends on what the job was.
What?
It was Newbury Comics, yeah. It was like,
Let me tell you something, though. You still wouldn't get the job.
and Newbury Comics
That's
is
correct.
good.
The first impression you make on someone when you walk in the door is the lasting impression.
The impression.
Right. The first impression.
But what about just being on the street and just hanging out? Are you?
Dress like that if you want. Pierce your ears. That's between you and your parents. That's not something that I can decide for you.
Yeah. Do you have a question?
What about freedom of assembly?
Freedom of assembly. If you want to start talking the Constitution, I think freedom of assembly, you need a permit to assemble freely in certain towns, cities, and towns.
I know, you have to pay for the permit.
So why is it like
It's like $240. Yeah, I get
Well, because you need to have there needs to be police in the area for crowd control, and those things cost money.
Does anybody else have a question about? I mean, yeah, we got time for a few more. So.
This isn't a question, it's just like something. Like I can't say like the cops are all that bad because there's only like some of them and they don't like hassle us, you know, they just say you gotta leave. This is like the explorers, they think, you know, like
No, you can't mention any names.
I don't
He
know.
kicked that cop and he kicked me out of the hospital last night. He was like attacking us. He pushed him on the ground, right? And he said, beat me up. And I also got accused of doing drugs because of the shroom on my board.
All right. Well, let's just talk about police overstepping boundaries. Do you see
That has
that?
been my experience in in 14 years in probation, I have not seen the police overstep their boundaries.
So you haven't as
And
a...
recently, we've been riding with the police, the probation department has been riding with the police, and there's a lot of things going on out there that they really have to look into to protect the public.
Right. Now, do you think... I mean, I feel that the police are doing a good job. I mean, the Winthrop police have an incredible DARE program. I mean, you've been in DARE, right? Have you guys been in DARE program?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, now that program I'm sure taught you a lot. It's a great program. Are you familiar with their program?
Yes, do it.
Oh, you do it in Revere?
What the DARE officers do.
Uh-huh. So what do you think that program teaches the children?
Well, I think, first of all, it establishes a relationship with the police. I think the way things have been changing, the police are trying to establish relationships with not only children but adults in the community under this new program called community policing. And I think everyone needs to have an open mind around that, including kids too, because in the long run, the police will be able to establish more and more things for kids as they build relationships.
So do you think that the number one probably cure for all of these kids here to sort of get things going would be to establish that relationship?
Right. Stop fighting back. Find out where you can go, what you can do, what is allowed, what isn't allowed. And I certainly don't think that the police hate you because you have a skateboard. I don't believe it.
Do you think that maybe they're just trying to protect you?
Don't forget, they're trying to protect you, and there are other people to be protected as well. The rest of the community needs to be protected as well.
Okay, well, you guys want to play another song? And actually, what we're going to do is we're going to have you play a song for us.
Jesus.
And before I'm going to tell my director, before we, while they're starting to play the song, after they play, we're going to go right into a video. We recently did an interview with the band Real Big Fish. And they had some views which might surprise you on this issue. So let's go to the band. One guy named Joe, everybody. Yeah. All right, we're gonna go into a tape right now of Real Big Fish, and we'll be back to talk a few more minutes with Tom, and that's about it. So watch the tape. Sit back. Not having enough rights in the country. I mean, do you have an opinion on that? Do you think they don't have enough freedom, or have like rights in the court, or?
Too many of them are stupid and they blow for the rest of them. That's what I think. Honestly, that's the truth.
Right, it definitely is.
It's the honest truth. Too many people are stupid, just like too many older people are stupid too.
Do you think they don't get enough respect though? Or they don't earn it?
They don't get enough respect, like the ones who do deserve it, and then they get pissed off and then they do stupid things because they're tired of not getting any respect. That's what happens, because I know that's what happened to me.
Kids don't have any rights, though. You know?
Do you think they deserve more rights?
I don't know. I think sometimes they do.
If you could do it on an individual-like type basis, yes, but you can't.
Some people really need to be watched and
Some people are
told what to do, but I don't know. It just depends. That's why it sucks.
Right.
Because, like, if you didn't have any rules, there'd be lots of trouble. Because lots of people are dumb. See, it all depends. It's really hard.
So what do you think should be done about that?
No.
You don't know?
I don't know.
So, I mean, your show that you're playing here tonight is an all-age show. Yeah. But a lot of shows in where we're based out of in the Boston area are probably 90% of them are all 21 plus or 19 plus shows.
That's why we don't play them.
We only play all ages shows because kids should be able to go to shows, you know?
Right.
The kids are all right.
So you think they are?
Talking about.
What do you mean what I'm talking about?
That's when they put Sade on and test out the PA. Right there.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other question is,
What do you mean? Rights where? In the courts? In the
rights
place?
in the courts, like equal representation between adults and children if they have the rights to go to court and if they're represented equally. If police harass them like they shouldn't, like if the police abuse their privileges.
Police pretty much harass everybody. Then you gotta look at the other side of it too. You think kids should get away with shooting some guy in the head just because he's 14 years old? You know what I mean?
I don't think so.
See, then you gotta treat it. If you treat it both ways fairly, then maybe that would be okay. But it's not that way, so you're getting way too deep, man.
Hey, welcome back. It's Burnt Toast TV. I'm sure you know that. That was Real Big Fish. Did you like it? You like that? Great. Listen, before we continue with our conversation about the whole police situation with teenagers, feedback. That's okay. I have something I want to read from the first week in March. Do you guys read the police plotter at all?
No.
Probably not. But this was from, actually this was February 27th. I just think you're going to get a kick out of it. 2:41 p.m. Officer was bit by a dog in the groin area while escorting a youth to his home. Well, there's an officer doing a good deed, right? He's, but why was he taking someone home at 2:41? That's my question. Why? Do you know this?
Probably because they were drinking. A lot of kids might drink.
Did they drink at 2:41?
They drink until they pass out. Yeah, it's like before dances. The dance probably got broken up tonight because of the...
See, you got to stop doing that. See, this is what we're gonna wrap things up with Tom Tessaneri. We are gonna basically talk about your relations with the police. The best thing you can speak.
Okay, there's this cop.
Stand up.
There's this cop named Officer Brown.
No, wait, time out. The officer doesn't have a name. Go.
Okay, and yeah, this is cooking. And he treats all the kids at Winthrop tons of respect, but some cops, they don't treat us any respect at all. They just tell us to move on and get out.
And how do you treat the police in return?
I treat them good, but if they don't treat me good, I don't. I give them respect, but not as much respect.
Okay, we'll pick up on that topic in just 1 second. I just have one question for you. I mean, you deal with all these people every day. They have problems, drug problems, alcohol problems, school problems. Why do you think they have these problems? I mean, what's the cause of them?
If I had the answers to all of these problems, I would write a book. I wouldn't be doing this work anymore. But every case is different. Every kid's problems. It's just not that problem. When you take each case individually and look at it, there are many problems that usually lead up to that problem. A lot of times, kids drinking just because they want to be like everybody else. Everybody else is drinking. And in regard to the police breaking them up, having ridden with the police, I know how dangerous the situations they can get into can become. So sometimes it does seem as though they are infringing upon your rights, but they're only protecting you and themselves and the rest of the community.
Right.
But I do want to talk about what happens if you get yourself as a juvenile into a situation. You have a record once you become arrested. And a lot of people think, well, it's only a juvenile record. But I've learned over the years that it doesn't go away. If you want to join the service or if you want to become a fireman, they have the right to look at your juvenile record and can deny you employment or joining the service if you have that juvenile record. So what I want to say is, you need to think about what you're doing all the time. Even now, at the young age that most of this audience is, they really need to think about what they're doing because every action has a reaction to it.
Right. So in their actions towards the police, if they're approached by a police officer when they're just skateboarding, I mean, should they question the officer and say, well, where should I go? Or should they just say, yes, sir, and leave?
I would go with the yes, sir, and leave.
And just go somewhere else?
Work through your parents through the community to try and find out where would be the best place for you to go and do these things.
So I mean, we do
There's
have
the whole safety of, I mean, the whole community. Let's look at the safety of the whole community. I do a lot of work in large schools, and the small percentage of kids are the troublemakers. Well, the troublemakers have to be removed because they are denying the right to, although they are entitled to a right of education, they are denying the right of education to 900 to 1,000 other kids.
right.
And the majority rules.
That's a comment Andrew from Real Big Fish made. He said that the majority of the kids are fine, but there's that just one group of kids who will ruin it for everybody else.
For everybody else.
So I mean, to my audience right now, who's out there listening, I mean, respect the police. They're there to protect you. They're not out to get you like most of you think. They're there to protect you. I mean, I'm sure you can back that up 100%. They're there to help you out. They're there to serve you. If you're approached by a police officer and they tell you to move, say sure. You know, if you want to find out where else to go home and ask your mom or dad, say, you know, the officer told me I can't be here, where else can I go? I mean, I know a lot of times the police officers say, well, you should be home studying, but you should be outside. You should be able to be outside and exercise. And
this is true. But a lot of towns have curfews also. I don't know if Winthrop has.
Yeah, Winthrop has a curfew.
But a lot of towns have curfews, and you need to be in before that curfew.
Right. So I think if you respect the police officers and you give them, you want to be able to talk to them like an adult. If you go up to them and approach them like a kid speaking, they're gonna talk to you like you're a kid, which you are. But if you go up to them and speak with them in the way they want to be spoken to, then I think you get that respect that you deserve, and everybody here does deserve that respect.
If you treat your friends with respect, they treat you with respect back. It's the same.
It's the same way the police are your friends. Believe it or not, they are.
Right. Remember, the police do not make the laws. They don't make the rules. It is their job only to carry them out. So if you want to change those rules or change those laws, you need to work through your parents, to work through your selectmen and get those laws and things changed.
So don't be mad at the police officers, don't be mad at the cops, don't be mad at any of them when they approach you. You know, just say, okay, and then call your selectmen. I'm sure their names are in the phone book, and their phone numbers are there too. You can call them all you want. You can call them all night long. Just don't harass them. But I mean, I'm not telling you to harass, you know, Driscoll, but
Hey, I was next door.
Bob Driscoll, he's a selectman, and he's a really nice guy, and I know he likes kids, and he'll be willing to help you out. And you said it yourself that he is a good guy. Approach him with your problems. Tell him what you want. Summertime's just around the corner.
Right.
And that's probably the busiest time for the police.
It is the busiest time for the police.
So, I mean, in closing, I know you have to get going pretty soon, but I just have one final question for you. You can just sort of wrap this whole thing up. Since summertime is approaching, what do you recommend they do besides the selectmen?
You said no tough questions, Justin.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to trick you.
I don't know what kind of relationship they may have with their parents. I think that's where you need to start. You need to start with your parents. You may think that I'm crazy. I'm saying these things because I'm a parent too. But that's where you need to start. You need to open your lines of communication with your parents. Your parents will help you find the right way to go. That is their job.
So open communication. I know a lot of you. How many here actually? I just want to extend this a few more minutes. How many of you here actually have an open communication with your parents? So, I mean, there are a few here. I mean, do you feel free to tell your parents anything? You do. So that's a really important thing. I mean, trust me, if you have something that you don't think, your parents know everything about you. I hate to say it.
Absolutely.
You think they don't know a thing about you. They know absolutely everything about you. I found it out firsthand. My parents know everything. Mom's watching. You know everything about me. I know that. It's the truth. They know everything about you. So why try to hide it? And your parents will be willing to talk to you. So, I mean, that's my closing comment on this issue. And you basically said...
That's my comment as well. Talk to your parents. Keep that line of communication open.
So, Tom, I want to thank you for coming down. I didn't, and just before he leaves, I did not meet him in court, in case you were wondering. And I'm going to present you with our official Burnt Toast TV, Burnt Toast TV shirt. Wear it with pride.
I will.
Here you go. Get toasted does not mean. But before you leave, you have to do one thing. you have to throw the toast to the audience. Because they love it. One more try. One more try. Alright, that was good. Thank you, Tom, for coming down. It was a pleasure having you. Don't get your microphone. Now we are going to head back to our band, and then we're going to be back with Comedy du Jour. Band, take it away, guys. It's Joe.
Time will you survive? Feel the blades of grass, how it brings you back. It will always be only as real as you can see. Looked away and missed the show. How much wasted time will you survive? Oh yeah, fooled again. Don't know how and I don't know when. Not much else to blame. Wishful thinking. A little breakdowns. Coastal towns, they come suddenly crashing over you. They come easily. Falling through the skies, shock there. Frozen places. Oh no, there you go. Looked away and missed the show. How much wasted time will you survive? Oh yeah, fooled again. Don't know how and I don't know when. Not much else to blame. I tried to realize that I didn't look any further. The whole of the universe is plain to see. And I tried to rely on another world or future. The whole of the universe is a mystery. It gets me over, yeah. Gets me over. It gets me over, yeah. Gets me over.
Peter, thank you.
May I have a different emotion, please? Love. Love, thank you.
May I have yet another different emotion, please?
Anger. Rage.
Indifference.
Indifference.
Indifference. Thank you.
I have a different emotion. Ecstasy. Ecstasy.
May I have a different emotion, please?
Florida.
Thank you.
Yeah, when you get on the outbound train here, you go 4 stops.
Did you have eggs for breakfast?
I don't remember.
Okay, we're at the Wonderland train and
Wonderland train. First, you get on the orange line, then you float on eyeglasses, let me see. You float on up the here, which is downtown crossing, and then you go over to what is that?
what are you trying to get, honey? A Wonderland. You know those doggies race? Oh, yeah, yeah. Just 4 stops. Women are always so helpful.
I mean, like if you're coming.
Then give the cheesiest explanation.
I'm gonna go check the child over here and see exactly how to get to Wonderland. Doctor! How? Why?
Eat lots.
Oh,
Grass. Where?
little,
Bugs. Grow.
under,
Meat. The.
ground.
Hey, how are ya? Sorry about that, I was a little discombobulated. And hello. That works. Isn't that nice to know? I'm just going to clip you on right here. Okay, I am joined with the incredible, talented improv comedians. Oh, feedback. From Comedy du Jour.
With
Is
a
that
U.
right?
Du.
Du. It's French.
Jour. Oui.
Oui. Je mangeais du poulet.
No.
Do you know what that means?
Something about a chicken, doesn't it?
Yes, it means I eat chicken.
Good for you.
Yeah.
He eats chicken,
Hey, I
everyone.
eat chicken. Okay, so, I mean, do you want to introduce yourself first?
No, I'm Guy Hillman, Krista Watson.
And your show?
Is Comedy du Jour. We're performing Saturday the 28th at the, where is it?
Winthrop Playmakers.
The Winthrop Playmakers downstairs, $7 if you'd like to make reservations. If the number is?
539-1175.
She got it right, everyone. Let's give her a big round of applause.
So, can you, I mean, as you can tell from our audience, you guys like to yell, right?
Yeah!
Now, your show costs how much? It's $7?
$7.
$7.
It's $7. Do you still have the whole French thing going on, or?
Yeah.
Does anybody speak French? No. You can say something in French? Because here's the deal, right? If you know...
French accent. You need to know
If you know, no, you don't have to say it now. But if you know something in French, you can go to the show for $3.50. $3.50, right? And it's this incredible, funny show, and you guys get to yell and participate in it. Right.
Works for me.
Well. So you guys, would you be interested in going to a comedy show? It's none of those 21+ shows. So your next show is the 28th?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. It's a Saturday night?
It's a Saturday night.
So you guys, will you be there? Yeah. $3.50. How can you go wrong for a Saturday night for $3.50? You can't. I don't think you can. A movie's what, like $20 to go see a movie now?
With popcorn,
And
yeah.
how many times can you see Titanic?
I haven't seen it once.
I haven't seen it once either. The boat sinks.
I knew that.
I knew that.
Now everyone else knows it. Oh, you gave it away. Oh, Krista.
So now, shut up. I mean, you just yell at them. You just tell them to be quiet.
I just want to...
Now, before, I know you guys are going to they're going to do a little improv for us, but as official guests, you must throw, you don't get to eat it, you have to throw it.
I was hungry. Ladies first.
Whoa. She's good at that.
Throw it at the cameraman. Jump.
Feed the musicians. They're starving musicians.
Hey, we're all
Starving
done.
musicians. Okay, everybody, are you ready to see a little improv comedy? Yeah! I'm going to let you guys go set up, and I've got a public service announcement I have to read.
Cool.
So take your mics off,
Consider them off.
go set up,
All right.
and someone put a camera on me. How about this one? Am I on? Okay, listen, here's the deal. Who here listens to the radio? Who here hates commercials? What would you do if you could listen to the radio without commercials? Would you be happy? Who listens to the radio on Friday nights when they're going to bed? Right? Would you like to listen to it without commercials? Now you can. Turn on WCAT. Has, you know, channel 16? Put on channel 16, right? It's commercial-free radio. And if you don't like the songs that are on it, you can get in touch with me at bttv@aol.com and tell me, and I'll forward it on to our sound technician for the evening, and he actually puts on the radio show. So if you want to hear a certain song, he'll put it on for you. It starts tonight, Friday night at 9 o'clock. The show's called Winthrop Rocks, and it runs from 9 o'clock till Saturday morning. So it's all night long. So put on channel 16 before you go to bed and listen to some great tunes. Are you going to do that tonight? Are you going to listen to it? Yeah! So, again, it's called Winthrop Rocks, Friday night, 9 o'clock till Saturday morning, commercial-free radio. And they'll play what you want to hear. Just get in touch with me at my email address, bttv@aol.com. Can you all say that together? bttv@aol.com. Okay, but before we go to the improv comedy, I have a question. This is for a really, really good prize. Who here knows Save Ferris? You know who Save Ferris is? If anybody can name the two members of the band, one member of the band.
I can name a song.
How many songs? Just one song? Who can name a member? Do you know a member? Nobody knows a member of the band, huh? That doesn't count. What? No. All right, let's try this. Where is Save... We'll try this question. Where is Save Ferris originally from?
Detroit. Chicago. Boston. California.
Where in California?
Los Angeles. Orange County.
You win the prize! Come on down. Orange County, California. What's your name? Joe. Congratulations. You just won an autographed original Save Ferris poster. Show it to the camera.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah.
Hold it up. So let's hear it for Joe. Okay, and now everybody, let's hear some improv comedy. Over there. That way.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the SWAT Institute for the Prevention of Cruelty to Small Animals. Tonight we have with us the eminent, knowledgeable person, a man who has a PhD, a PDQ, an SOB, and a WRKL, Dr. Know-It-All. Dr. Know-It-All is an expert in everything, but tonight we will be discussing a particular subject. And may we have that subject on the audience, please? We will be discussing, yes, you right there? A pig. Doctor, pigs, swine, why are they usually pink?
Pigs are usually
Pink
because they
are
not the
other
kind of
colors.
Well, obviously, all the other colors were taken, and the only thing left was pink. Doctor, pigs like to roll around in mud. Can you tell me why they do that?
They
like to
roll
around
in the
mud because
when
they squeak,
a lot.
they curl.
I have a question.
Thank you, because I have no idea
Wait,
what you mean by that.
I have a question.
Fire away.
I mean, I was at your last performance, and you didn't clear this up for me. I asked why cows moo. It was just something. I like cows. Do you like cows? Yeah. Okay, and they didn't clear this up for me. Can anybody? Why do cows moo?
Doctor, cows moo, pigs oink. Tell me why.
Cows
And the pigs,
make
lots of,
noises,
because they
have
no vocal.
cords.
They can't talk. That's all they can do. Does anybody out here have a question? Yeah, has a question about pigs or?
No, about earlier. Dr. Know-It-All, why was I shocked when I was singing into the microphone a few minutes ago? It hurt real bad. Why did it happen?
Doctor, microphone, electricity, pain. Why?
We
Like the
kind
of electric
music
that you
make
hear when
you
sing very
loudly
and the
kind
of loud you bang.
They bang up a guitar.
It's electric music, electric moo.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I'm blown away.
One more question. Anybody? Yes, Mr. Cameraman.
How come when you're at the movies, the guy in front of you knows the tallest person there?
Oh, that's a really good question, actually, isn't it?
Doctor, visual deficiency. Tall people, short people, films. Explain it.
Tall,
People always
six
in front
of
you when
you
want to
see
the film.
But why, Doctor? You didn't answer the question. We already knew that.
because
They are
very
tall, much
taller.
than you.
Well, that was Dr. Know-It-All. Did you learn it? Did you learn? They want another one.
Okay, one more question for Dr. Know-It-All.
Wait, can we, the tall kid in the back, he's the birthday boy.
Birthday boy, question. That's an unanswerable question, wasn't it?
Why do pigs taste so good?
Doctor! Pigs, food, stomach, yummy, why?
Salt.
And pork are always,
Delicious.
when eaten,
With
another piece
of
meat.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Doctor. I think we all understand now.
Thank you, Dr. Know-It-All. Now, I think we have time for one more skit. You guys doing for us? Great.
Welcome to synaptic burst. There's a lot of things we all have to talk about, and sometimes we need a little synaptic burst to get them out. Now, we have some people here tonight who have a lot to say. So what they're going to do is they're going to express themselves for us. Now, I just need one thing, one noun, a person, place, or thing from you, the audience members. And these people have a biting desire to let you know how they feel about it. Can I just... Go ahead. Give me something.
Godfather.
Godfathers, anything else?
skateboarding.
Skateboarding.
Baloney.
Baloney. Go ahead. Don't let that hand stop you. I see there's a lot of mimes in the house. Don't... Fast food. Burnt toast. Okay. Okay. Skateboarding. Let's get this out of the way, it's so constrictive. Okay. Your name, sir?
I'm Wally.
This is Wally.
I'm Molly.
Molly. Sir?
I'm Clyde.
Clyde. Wally, why don't you just tell us one thing about yourself? Something that embodies everything you've ever thought about of yourself and not much of anything else other than that. What do you do?
I'm a poet. And I love words.
See that? He likes words. Okay.
I've got a word for you.
You do. Here's. What are you going to do for us? Why don't you show us skateboarding?
I have a poem about skateboarding. No, I'm going to talk about it.
It's words.
No, let me see.
Go with it.
Wheels of fire, racing and rolling and racing and rolling and down the hill, and you break your wrist when you crash, and it's very dangerous. But the thrill beforehand is so exhilarating for a day or an hour. And then 6 weeks with a cast. It was very humiliating, but fun for a while. Thank you.
That was Wally.
Wally, hi.
The next person is Molly. Molly, do you have something for us?
Oh yes, I'm a dancer and I would love to dance with the skateboard.
She's gonna dance with the skateboard.
Not mine.
Come on up here.
I love skateboarding.
That meant something to me. I don't know if it did for you, but for me it was... Okay. Clive?
Clyde.
Clyde.
With a D, yeah.
With a D. Okay, Clyde, could you do something for us in the vein of a skateboard?
I certainly can.
Oh, good, good. Come right on up here and show the people.
Well, I'm going to sing a little song about my skateboard and me. My skateboard and me, we go together, tra-la, we go together, ooh. I fell in love on the skateboard, I met the love of my life, and then I fell down and went boom, and broke my neck. Now I don't do skateboarding anymore, ooh.
Very good, very good. Next week on Synaptic Burst, we'll have some more people and things and words and feet and just about anything you could possibly hope that we would have. Thank you very much. Comedy du jour, everyone. Thank you.
It's Comedy du jour, March
28th. 8 p.m. Winthrop Playmakers. For more information, call
539-1175.
539-1175. Bird Toast isn't over yet. We're going to bring the band back, and then after the band plays, we'll be back with my final thoughts. Thank you, Comedy du jour. Du jour. So, everybody, who's liking the burnt toast thing so far? Are you having a good time?
Hey, I can get somebody in Goldfinger if you have Goldfinger.
I've got special prize. Who can name someone in Goldfinger?
Sean Feldman. I'm a singer.
Anybody know anybody else?
I just need the video when I got the bathroom.
You win a prize. Come down here.
And I swear both the CDs.
You name both the CDs, you got something else.
First one's like self-titled, the second one's
Come down here, you got something. All right, we're gonna go back to the band, right?
Ah, Jesus, shock. Oh, ow. That shocked me.
Band! Go for it. Oh, and I have to, wait, before we go to the band, I have a, are we still on, me, Bill? Bill! We still on right now? I have to say something. Please, I hope someone recorded the show, because we didn't! Please, who recorded it last time for us? Rick DeStefano. Please tell me you recorded it. Call 846-3400. If not, I'm going to jump off a bridge. Back to the band.
The other guy named Joe. What's up? All right. This song's for somebody who's not here right now. It would have been nice if she was, but hey, she's not. She had better things to do. Better. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter at all. All right. Listen as the wind blows from across the great divide. Voices trapped in yearning, memories trapped in time. The night is my companion, and solitude my guide. Would I spend forever here and not be satisfied? And I would be the one hold you down, kiss you so hard, I'll take your breath away, and after I'd wipe away the tears, just close your eyes, dear. Through this world I've stumbled, so many times betrayed, trying to find an honest word to find the truth enslaved. Oh, you speak to me in riddles, and you speak to me in rhyme. My body aches to breathe your breath, your words keep me alive, and I would be the one to hold you down, kiss you so hard, I'd take your breath away, and after I'd wipe away the tears, just close your eyes, dear. And I would be the one to hold you near, kiss you so hard, I'll take your breath away, and after I wipe away the tears, I'll take your breath away, I'll take your breath away.
Hey, everybody, that was the other Joe. Two guys named Joe. Okay, listen, before my final thought for the evening, and let me tell you, I only have one. I have a very super special guest. On his 18th birthday, Mr. Ryan Walsh.
Okay, can we get it? Okay. Can I get an applause? Come on.
Now, he took time out of his rehearsal for the play Godspell, which is when?
That would be in May. It's one of the teen dates.
It's in the middle of May.
Thursday, Friday.
At Winthrop High School, go see it. But we have another special reason why Mr. Walsh is with us. officially, on the Burnt Toast TV calendar, March 20th is Ryan Walsh Day.
Come on.
And in something or other to your birthday, I've got a special birthday present for you. We've got a tape that really sucks, stickers, and a poster of a band that really sucks. Here you go, Mr. Walsh.
Let me see that tape. That really sucks.
It's good though. Here you go. Happy birthday. Now, my final thoughts. Could we have a, close up on me?
Can I stay with you?
Yeah, but it's gonna be on me.
All right.
Where am I looking? Right there? Although we discussed many issues on Burnt Toast TV, some serious and some humorous, we have a lot of things to discuss. Right. Well, what I'd like to say to you is respect the police. They try to respect you. I don't know if they do a very good job about it. But just be kind. Give them what you want them to give you. If you want respect, give them respect, and you'll get it. And if you don't get it, email me at bttv@aol.com, and I'll take care of it for you. Until next time, America, take care of yourself and your pets. And Rick DiStefano, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. Thank you, Rick. Everybody, for the band, for my guests, thank you for coming down to Burnt Toast TV.
Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff.
Fall upon the funeral mourners, parading in the wake of sad relations as the shoes fill up with the water. Maybe I'm too young to keep good love from going wrong, but tonight you're on my mind, so you never know